Rejuvenate, restore, refresh, and heal. At Fantuzzo Acupuncture, we seek to help achieve effective health and wellness in an elegant spa-like atmosphere. Fantuzzo Acupuncture specializes in traditional acupuncture, cosmetic anti-aging acupuncture, acupressure, cupping, CBD topical creams, and more. Approach healthcare holistically. Visit FantuzzoAcupuncture.com to book online today. FantuzzoAcupuncture.com.
From attic to basement, we're here for you. It's quality service in all we do. Call Taylor. 500 help.
Whew. Are you muggy? Are you hot? If you call Taylor 500 help, they will fix you up. It is the summer season in the Northeast. And of course, you want your house to be nice and fresh and cool, right? Well, Taylor can help you out with a grade A air conditioning system that is like no other. We have it here at the We the People Podcast Network, and we love it. They can get you all set up, whatever your needs at Taylor Plumbing and Heating, and they have water heaters, of course, from Bradford White. They do duct cleaning, air conditioning, heating, plumbing, home energy, comprehensive maintenance plans, and of course, financing to help you out with those little emergencies in life, like sweating when it's really hot outside. So check them out and call Taylor 500 help and ask for Jerry. Brand new sponsor of Kimberly's Revolution, of course, Express Sealers. Nothing makes your curb appeal look nicer than a freshly sealed driveway. Express Sealers are fantastic. They protect your investment with power trimmed edges. They treat grease spots. They have thick, professional, hand applied, grade A good stuff that goes on your driveway. Right? They use the good commercial grade seal coat, right? 645-2010. That's 645-2010 for Express Sealers. And if you want your lawn to look fantastic, Precision Lawn and Garden, 195 North Avenue in Webster, open weekdays 8 to 5 and Saturday 9 to noon. Precision Lawn and Garden has all of your lawn mowing needs. They have the big daddy of those zero-turn mowers. They've got push mowers. They've got gas, whatever you need, electric mowers. They have blowers, chainsaws, all models, on sale models, Still products, Cub Cadet, Ferris, and Toro. And of course, Kimberly and Justin at Precision Lawn and Garden are your go-to people. 195 North Avenue in Webster. We support our sponsors because they support us. So we hope you support them as well. And make sure you, go to their businesses and buy something great.
Live from the We the People broadcast studios in cloudy 79-degree Irondequoit, New York.
It's humid.
Here's Kimberly.
Hi. It is a little on the humid side outside.
Just a little.
It is, yeah.
Not in here. I think I'm coming down with a cold. It's so damn cold in here.
Oh my God. Have you got the COVID?
I don't know what I got
the COVID because Mendoza is saying, hey, it's not over. All of those 4th of July parties, there's going to be a huge... The health director of Monroe County, in case you don't know who Mendonuts is. Isn't that how you describe him, Chad? Mendonuts?
Dr. Mendonuts.
Yeah. So he
we have a
says
special guest today.
There's going to be a surge.
He said, grab your 12 and under kids and keep them close because the Delta variant is going to get them. 12 and under only, though. If they're 13, they are safe. They're
fine.
safe, yes.
And by the way, the kids never seem to suffer from any of the COVID variants, right? I mean, they never were the focus of anything that was going to happen bad during a COVID outbreak, right? The kids were pretty resilient. It's like a cold to them, and pretty much they go on about their way. Unlike the flu, which can take some kids out and has taken kids out, right? But today, all of a sudden, there's going to be another surge. There were way too many parties, and protect your kids because all the kids are going to get COVID.
Just keep that narrative going until we can get back to school in September.
I do have a case of the sniffles today, Chad.
Right? Do you?
Yes.
You want me to give you a vaccine?
I've got the shot.
You got the shot still?
I've got the shot back in the.
Okay.
Let's give him the shot
in the office.
I'm gonna have some itchy, watery eyes in a few minutes, so let's go.
Maybe you're allergic to Chad and I.
That's possible. Yes.
Make sure you're allergic. Look up Bello. Someone says
lock up Bello.
Lock up. Oh, lock up.
Lock up.
Lock him up. Men donut. Someone's laughing. Yo, thank you. You made it bigger.
You got it. Lock him up.
Guys like that when you say it too. Okay, so why are you here today?
Why
Kimberly
am I
made
here?
it funny.
Oh, by the way, I just want to say, of course, the We the People Podcast Network and Kimberly's Revolution Daily Show, brought to you by Rockvox Productions. Of course, we appreciate Fitz at Rockvox Productions in Bushnell's Basin, and we thank Austin for being here, producing the show, and doing all the good stuff that he does. Just Tom is with me. Just Tom. And of course, Chad. They are both owners of Revere Realty. They are brokers, appraisers, and attorneys. Between the two of them, they wear a lot of hats.
Some combination thereof.
As well as podcasters. And so...
Are we officially podcasters, Chad?
We're officially podcasters,
I don't know.
I think.
What's the baseline? Like
How many
two
years
followers?
of experience to be having that?
In September, it'll be a year, won't it?
I applied for the job and they gave it to me. That's how it works.
Today's show name is The Great Resignation, and I'll get to that in just a second because April was apparently
Wait, am I here to resign?
Am I getting fired?
Well, we had a little swim party barbecue on
Yes.
Saturday, and I will tell you that the majority of the people that were at the little North Greece soiree,
Shindig.
if you will,
wasn't
were
invited.
either retired or going to be retired within the next 18 months, or they were semi-retired. And I mean, I'm not talking these people were old either. I'm just, they just got tired of the grind, got tired of the people that they were working for. COVID made them realize there are other things in life. And I think so in April, there was a huge amount, millions of Americans that either resigned or quit their job. So today's show is called The Great Resignation. We would love to resign, but we don't have enough money to resign. So
No, we're still working.
Chad,
We're still
am I considered semi-retired?
Yes, for a while now.
I mean,
There we go.
I've kind of worked. I haven't worked a traditional, I go into work every single day job. I don't know that I could ever do that again. I don't know that I could ever go in and work a job from 8:30 to 4:30 every day.
Tom, have you ever had that job?
I have never had that job.
You've never had the traditional.
Ever.
No.
I mean, Chad, you sort of.
He fights it, but he actually does go in every day.
But you have to keep some hours. Nobody worked yesterday, right? Did you work yesterday?
I did not.
You did not. Yeah.
Nope.
I know some people worked yesterday, but
I actually worked yesterday.
you get kind of used to not
Horse shit.
doing
I
that,
did.
right? You get used to, yeah, maybe I'll go in today. I mean, you still do work at home, but having to get into your car and drive in rush hour, I don't want to do that anymore.
There's no rush hour in Rochester.
I know they say people think there's a rush hour,
There's
but
no rush
really-
hour on Titus Avenue. I drive 2 miles to work every day.
I just sold
I
a
was
house
here,
on Titus Avenue.
I was here yesterday recording Marcus Williams on the Jose Pio podcast.
How was that?
All right.
I thought he did good.
Fantastic.
We like
Big fan.
politically correcting with Jose Pio, right?
They did their
And-
podcast yesterday?
No, Marcus, Jose was out of town, so Marcus stepped in as the assistant principal. What does Rush call it?
Guest host?
The guest host.
guest host. So how did he did
Oh,
well?
fantastic.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I know you've got something going on today, right, Chad? That's why you're sitting in, and it kind of ties in with COVID and the new message that's coming out today that, oh my goodness, there's going to be a huge resurgent, and lock up your kids because they're all susceptible.
Yeah,
Okay.
our friend Shannon Joy is doing a press conference at 3:30 today downtown at the Monroe County Office Building, and she's going to be announcing the lawsuit that she commenced
Okay.
with the assistance of a firm out of Buffalo, Corey Hogan from Hogan Willig. Hogan Willig was the law firm that prosecuted the reopening of the bars and restaurants against Andrew Cuomo.
And they won.
back in the spring. Yes.
And they won.
Two different times.
Right.
They represented local restaurant Veneto's was part of that lawsuit.
That's right. And of course, Don and Julie were at the 4th of July party at my house.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean they're trying to get back up to speed, but it's been hard,
Yeah, exactly.
They don't have enough workers.
So she's hosting a press conference at 3:30 downtown today to announce the details of that lawsuit. Hopefully, gain some public traction with it, and
Mhm.
and away she goes.
Shannon's like a dog with a bone. I adore Shannon, but she deep dives and stays there, man. She can hold her breath for a long, long time. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
She does. I mean, well, good. So it's a big rally protest downtown,
Correct.
and you're going to be there.
I'm going.
That's awesome. You're going to do a
on.
little Facebook Live on the We the People Podcast Network.
Correct. Thank
Good.
you. Thank you for prompting me on that, because of course I forgot to promote my own show.
I'm a prompter. That's what I do.
I need a teleprompter over here. Apparently.
I'm a fluffer and a prompter. That's what happens.
At 3:30. Normally I do my Got Freedom podcast on Tuesdays at 4 p.m.
Right.
From the We the People podcast studios here, and I'm going to attempt to do it as a Facebook Live through the We the People Podcast Network. So those that are listening right now, hopefully you're already signed up on the We the People Podcast Network on Facebook. But if you're not, do so now, please, and you'll get the live update of my podcast going live at 3:30. Got Freedom with Chad Hummel will be live at 3:30 today through a Facebook live stream.
And this whole thing, came about because people came to her house, right? I mean, what's the whole,
So basically, in a nutshell, what happened was through a contact tracing situation several months ago with her daughter.
Back in March, right?
Yeah, with her daughter who was playing volleyball. Apparently, a teammate on the volleyball team tested positive for COVID. Contact tracing occurred, and Shannon did a show on a Friday night where she went hard after the whole contact tracing issue.
Right.
And Mike Mendoza's office.
That's what she does.
That was Friday night. Saturday morning, the Fairport Police and the Monroe County Sheriff's Department, along with a contact tracer from Mike Mendoza's office, literally showed up and knocked on her front door.
Give me a break.
Nobody
Are you serious?
knows.
The Fairport Police?
Fairport Police, Monroe County Sheriff.
Like they don't have enough to do
Yeah.
than show up to Shannon Joy's house.
Yeah. Nobody knows of a single event in Monroe County since COVID hit where the police were used to do any sort of contact tracing, let alone show up at somebody's house.
Yeah.
So this is what her lawsuit's going to be about, and you'll hear more about it at 3:30.
The absurdity of the whole thing, really. I mean, it's just ridiculous that you have a contract tracer and police show up at your house because your daughter may have come. And by the way, I mean, you talk about, great overreach, right?
Government drunk on power.
Yeah, completely. I mean, so someone is criticizing your policies and you're going to show up to it actually, and I know this has been way overused for over a year now, but you talk about Nazi politics 100%. At its finest. So if you're a journalist or a broadcaster, and you don't agree with the politics of whoever your city leaders are, and you disagree with them publicly on air, and then the next day they send cops to your house, how else do you describe that? And then I don't think a lot of people,
coincidence.
I don't think a lot of people heard about that. It's just a quinky dink. Sure. You know what they say in life? There are no coincidences, right? There are no coincidences. It's kind of like Don and Julie, the owners of Vanitos, when they hooked up with the Buffalo law firm to be able to open their bar and restaurant. And when they dared defy Comrade Cuomo,
their liquor license got pulled, right?
Their liquor license got pulled. What do you call that?
Coincidence.
But huge overreach. And really, I mean, it is Nazism.
I think she was prompting me again.
At its finest. I do a lot of the prompting. But yeah, I mean, that's the ridiculous of where we live. I mean,
I will be the greatest president that God ever created.
Perfect Timing Productions. We're dealing with populists. We're dealing with idiots.
Who's Perfect Timing Production?
I don't know, but I do love that name. I don't know who they are, but I love the name.
His name is Kevin. I think Marcus knew him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Marcus is a great guy. I've not yet met him, but is he going to be back here tonight? Because I've got to come.
He is going to start his new show next Tuesday after Jose's show.
What's going to be the name of it?
It's Marcus Made in America. Is the name of his show.
Awesome.
And it'll be 6:00 on Mondays.
So the We the
6
People
o'clock on Mondays.
The We the People Podcast Network.
He's good.
Is growing and growing in great strides. And you had a great idea too about some.
We're working on it.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
What are we working on? Nobody told me.
I see Michael Megason is actually, chiming in, but he's kind of part of that. And I haven't talked to him about
Michael
it yet.
Instant message me.
Yeah, instant message us because we have an idea. I was reading a book over the weekend and I hope to have this guy on. It's called Relentless Pursuit. And of course, we've all heard about the escape from Dannemora. If you've not heard about it, you've probably read about it, or maybe you watched, I think it was the Showtime, movie about it. And this is the actual New York State trooper who was in charge with organizing all of, the search for the inmates that escaped from Dannemora. David Sweat and whatever his name was, Richard Matt. And this guy is from Henrietta, and he went to Brockport to college, and he went to Rush Henrietta to high school, and then he joined the Army, and everything he's done has just been top level. And then he was the major in charge of Troop B of the New York State Police when these idiots right here decided they were going to escape. One lived and one did not. But
one took a bullet, I believe.
Well, yeah, he did. But here's the thing. They had 6 hours head start from the prison after they escaped. Of course, it kind of screwed things up because the prison slut, that's what I call her, Joyce Mitchell, didn't pick them up. But what happened was they had 20 miles to the Canadian border, right? 20 miles to the Canadian border in a 6-hour lead time. Did they make it? No, because they're stupid. But anyway, this guy, those guys that are type A, that are like, they have.
I know a couple of those guys.
They've got things into control. They are great planners.
Not sure who he's referring to.
This is that guy. And I'm reading his book.
It's a compliment, Chad.
Yesterday, I did nothing but sit at the pool and read this book. Now, I was on the air during the whole escape for 23 days. These guys were on the loose. We were, on it from day one and getting information from people up in the area. We talked to several people that lived up in that the North Country area where these guys were supposed to be. But this guy's written a great book. Details his background. The fact of the matter that he's a local guy, and I love the book. So he's going to be on very shortly.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Absolutely. So what time do you leave for the
right now?
I'm gonna head out.
Okay, good. So 3:30.
3:30. Find me. Hopefully it'll work. I'm very bad with technology, but hopefully you'll find me at the We the People Podcast Network on a Facebook Live.
Can you guys believe that the We the People Podcast Network has grown like it has?
It's going live today downtown.
That's huge.
It's doing a remote.
And all the people that have joined the lineup of the We the People Podcast Network.
Yeah.
We didn't even know if a podcast was even going to work when we did one back in September.
Right. Yeah. Chad, what's the update on the Great Mayor's umbrella caper?
What?
No comment.
What?
I plead the fifth.
Did I miss something? Is there a good story that I missed?
We're going to keep this going. Tom will explain when I leave.
We're working on trying to figure out the great umbrella caper.
The Hardy Boys are on the case.
New mayor, Malik Evans.
Oh, okay. I don't really.
He only won the primary. He hasn't won the mayoralship yet.
Right. That comes in November.
But apparently his umbrella is missing somewhere in this building. And I'll leave it at that.
Seriously?
Yes.
Okay. Does he want it back?
Well, I ordered a new one for him because I figured we would never find it. So
where is it?
I still don't know.
I think Marcus suggested that we might be able to use it for some sort of government political corrupt leverage later on.
Can I just say something? It's an umbrella. Why does he want it back? I mean, you can get one for $5 at Big Lots right across the street.
Umbrella.
It's a nice umbrella.
And it's the mayor's umbrella.
It's the mayor's umbrella.
And we might have it. All right. Take care, everyone.
Are we holding the umbrella hostage?
We might be. We're very excited about the umbrella until somebody lost it.
Yeah, right. So we had Randy Samino last week. Just a little update on, and I think there have been, let me just run this down, right?
Okay. Running.
There, since the beginning of June, we've had 15 fatal ODs. June. Since,
like 6 weeks?
So
5 weeks.
So since the first week of June, we've had 15 fatal ODs and 69 overdoses, right? And a little shooting summary of the weekend: 3 homicides. We've had 11 robberies, 6 assaults. We've had a total for the year, and it's July 6th, 38 homicides. The shooting victims from Friday to yesterday were 9 shooting victims and 6 incidents. That does not count the fatals, the homicides, the fatal shootings. So, and then not counting a triple shooting on Dewey, just one day ago. So the violence and the overdoses are amped up to like crazy level, right?
Mhm.
Horse tranquilizer was in the drug combination, whatever they're cutting heroin and cocaine with. They're using horse tranquilizer, and that's what killed those people,
Wow.
right?
Yeah, I read an article that they were saying that there actually is no heroin in heroin now. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's all just a hodgepodge of drugs. And when they make heroin,
Wow.
it has no heroin in it.
That I can't even wrap my brain around that. How
Right.
awful that is, right?
Well, again, Tom
you have
Morgan.
no idea.
My name's Tom Morgan. I am a non-heroin user.
Okay. My name is Kimberly, and I'm also a non-heroin user.
Correct.
But I do like to drink, as I proved on
Right.
4th of July. But honestly, I mean, when drugs aren't even drugs anymore, what does the
Right.
world come
It's
to?
all synthetic. Yeah.
When drugs aren't even drugs, you
Nobody
have no
knows what's in it.
idea
You don't know what's in it.
what you're snorting or what you're shooting in your arm. That's insanity. Doing drugs is crazy to begin with, but I understand sort of why people do, right? They get
Sure.
hooked, and it's like smoking a
It's an
cigarette.
escape. It's,
Yeah.
whatever the reasons.
But it was a large amount of horse tranquilizer, and there's a name for it. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it because it doesn't really matter. I just looked at that, and I looked at my husband, and I said, horse tranquilizer. And then in today's local rag, it says, and Randy Semino is up in arms about this because they were promised a portion
Right.
of the Gates to Recovery, the organization that helps get people off the street and into a rehab bed
Mhm.
and helps them, get clean and tries to get them jobs and get them back. There's a lot of those organizations, and Randy's is just one of them. But there's a story today where the Rochester City School District will get money from those opioid class action lawsuits.
Of
And
course
we're
they
talking millions and millions of dollars. And so the Rochester City School District and other districts across the country are they're going to stand to benefit from the millions of dollars.
Yeah, they got to
from
close
these
their
lawsuits,
budget
right?
gaps.
So the lawsuits were against Purdue and this other company and large drug companies. So let me just run this past you, though, because they say with all the extra money, it can do wonders for these kids. The budget for the Rochester City School District is $916 million. That breaks down to about $30,500
Yeah.
they spend per student every year. $30,000 per student.
That's twice the suburban district's cost.
They've got the worst record for a school district in the state. They have the worst record, the most overspending,
Yep.
the worst graduation rate, more kids failing, more kids not showing up than any other school district in the
They
region.
need more money, Kimberly.
But you're telling me that they're going to make money off of these opioid lawsuits? There should be no money for the Rochester City School District, and
No soup for you.
until they can figure out how to make use of the money that they have in educating the children. Not teaching them stupid stuff, right? But actually your critical race theory, we don't want the kids, to learn that kind of stuff. We want the kids to learn stuff that will actually help them graduate and go on to get great jobs, right? Like math, like reading.
Right.
How many kids that come out of the Rochester City School District can't read?
They don't care.
They don't care. $30,000 per student. And it's the worst district
Why
in the
don't they
area.
just give every kid 30,000 and just tell them a year?
Just
Wouldn't
go.
That be easier? Have no school?
You would think,
Just
right?
give every kid that's eligible
But
30 grand a year and call it a day.
I looked at that story and then I
sounds
thought,
like a good idea.
it sounds like a great idea.
Why not?
You should give them $30,000 a year from freshman on and say, go to private school and then use some of it for college. Because clearly we're not going to be able to help you within the Rochester City School
I think
District.
you just write them a check for 120 grand and say, have a good life.
Have a good life. And by the way, there are exceptions to the rule. There are kids that do learn in the Rochester City School District. There are kids that do graduate and they go on to do great things, but they are the exception and they are definitely not the rule. And if they're spending $30,000 per kid, how much are they going to spend per kid when they get all this money from the opioid lawsuits? And how are they going to put it to good use?
They're not.
You're already spending 30 grand per kid and you're failing at it. We don't just throw more money on the problem, because throwing more money on this problem isn't doing any good. Oh, we can help kids get off the street. We can help them blah, blah, blah. No, you can't. You're failing miserably. We don't give more money to failures, right? Hey, Kimberly, all those years your show was, low rated. We're going to give you a huge No, it doesn't work that way.
Right.
You get low ratings. You do a poor job. You get fired, or they replace you with someone else.
Sure.
Failure does not get you a bonus. But for the Rochester City School District, it gets some bonus.
And all Democrat politicians.
How does that work?
They all fail up.
I mean, I got fired in Cincinnati because the ratings were horrible and they flipped the station to something else. Okay, no big deal. It was
Christmas music.
It was.
Did you get fired for Christmas music?
I
Kimberly?
did not. No, I worked at it was a mixed station. I got fired in Cincinnati. The ratings weren't great. They weren't where they should be. But all great things, happen for a reason. So I came here and we had great ratings for 20 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you succeed and do well, then you get bonus. If you fail miserably year after year, you have to skedaddle. You have to go away. You get no more money, right?
Sure.
You make do with what you have. And I think $30,000 a kid, and I don't know how much they spend on other districts, in the Hilton School District, in the Pittsford School District, in the Greece School District, but I guarantee it's not $30,000 a kid, right?
I wouldn't think so.
I don't think so at all.
They can't afford it.
Right?
Right.
It's just, it is crazy. So while we were did you go home and shoot fireworks?
No, I have little animals, little dogs.
Yeah.
And
my dog loved you.
Dixie?
My dog Dixie loves Tom. He's like the dog
what's
whisperer.
not to like?
She was laying on your lap and her eyes were closed.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, yeah.
And Diesel was sitting next to Lori.
Yeah.
Right.
Why is a pillow and a blanket in the back of your car? Did you piss Lori off?
No.
Okay.
My son borrowed the car to go camping.
I wasn't looking in your car.
Sure you were.
But as I walk by your car, I can see a pillow and a blanket.
In the
I'm
back
like,
seat.
uh-oh.
I haven't cleaned it out. Yeah, my son went to Soda's Point with some friends camping, supposedly.
Right.
And he ended up sleeping in the back seat of the car. So.
Okay, as long as you didn't puke in it, then
no, he's good.
You're all right, right?
No, he's not a puker.
So then after you left our party, you went to the Olive Garden.
We did. We went to the Olive Garden.
When you're there, your family.
Right.
Isn't that what they say?
There was nobody there, by the way. Nobody goes to the Olive Garden on 4th of July.
You're there on 4th of July.
Right.
Who goes to the Olive Garden on the 4th of July?
Well,
was anyone working?
My brother is going back to Key West, so my mom wanted to take everybody out to dinner one last time.
In time for
him to go home. And that hurricane's going right by their place, or a tropical storm.
It's a tropical storm, right?
So
they're like 50 to 60 mile per hour winds, and I'm like, we're in Rochester. Hold our beer. We get those every day.
Yeah, in Key West, they're not worried about that
50
either.
to 60 mile per hour winds. We had that yesterday, I think, with the winds.
Yeah, but that's only for 5-10 minutes. That's not for 24 hours. It's just tropical storm winds are sustained at that amount. They're not just gusts.
Oh, you're fancy.
Right.
You know all the lingo, right?
Yes.
You know all the lingo. So I guess it was, not only were people shooting off the fireworks over the weekend, as I mentioned, they were shooting people. And
maybe they were shooting them with fireworks.
Did you see
No.
how many people were shot in Chicago?
Oh, I did see that.
Did you see that?
Yeah, just another day.
It's crazy the amount of shootings in Chicago. What is it? 108 shootings, and there were like 14 or 15 of them fatal. I don't even know how many it was.
I guess they're actually a little down from last year. Hard to believe.
Are they? No way.
I read some article that they're 2% down, but 2% is statistically anomaly there.
Well,
Nominal.
Rochester has already exceeded its yearly
we're way
homicide.
Up. We're way up here.
Yeah.
I guess they've had more shootings in Chicago, but less deaths. So maybe the police and the EMTs and the hospitals are doing a better job keeping them alive.
One of the shootings took place in the city here in Rochester over the weekend. So someone explain this to me because I don't get it. So they're shot in the city. The 16-year-old is a passenger in a car, I guess. And I forget where it was that the shooting took place. There's so many shootings. I don't know how police keep track of them. I don't know how homicide investigators are keeping track of the violence. I don't know how they're able to, look into all of these cases because there's just an exorbitant amount of shootings and violence, right?
Sure.
And they're doing it with less of a police department. So something's got to fall through the cracks somewhere. So this kid is somewhere in the city. He gets shot in a car. Do they go to the hospital?
Nope.
No, they don't go to the hospital. Average people will go, okay, I've been shot. I better get to the hospital.
They've been watching too many Bruce Willis movies.
They drive to a house in Greece on Falmouth Street where they wait a while and then call 911. And by that time, it's too late. Shooting was in a school parking lot. Yeah, but what street was it off of? Rochester is Chicago 2.0. Yeah. Mini Chicago. Long holiday weekend over in Chicago. 100 people were shot since Friday night. And then, of course, I think they had, 17 were killed. 17. So there you go. So I don't understand that. So you're shot somewhere, but you don't immediately drive that person to the hospital. Whatever's closer, Rochester General, Strong, whatever it is. Yeah. You could just do, and a lot of times they do. You do the drive-by, you just push them out. Okay, here you are.
It's right? A flesh wound, like the Monty Python there.
And I heard one of the homicide investigators who just retired, by the way. His name is John Brenning. Great Rochester homicide investigator for a number of years, was on the RPD for a number of years, just retired. And he said it's as bad as he's ever seen the violence situation in the city. And
so we're doing a good job.
It's that great leadership we have.
Right. Things are going well.
And of course the gingers, and who we're talking about when I say the gingers.
Sure.
Holistic healing that's what we're lacking. We need to approach the violence with a holistic thought process. We go and we give hugs and organically we make everyone feel better. And then the shootings will just magically stop.
Sure.
No?
Or we just give everybody $30,000. Cancel the school.
The stupidity of some people amazes me on a regular basis. The stupidity of some people.
Am I one of those people?
No, of course not.
You sure?
No, of course not.
Oh, okay.
I was glad that you came out to the little shindig.
Yeah, had a cheeseburger and a couple of Coronas. It was fun.
You did have a couple of. Did you eat anything at Olive Garden later?
Yeah, I had 2 bowls of the pasta fazool and a little chicken parm.
Yet you're able to keep your girlish figure. Yeah, how do you?
We'll go with that. Sure.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, we had a great time. My mom enjoyed meeting you. Lois felt pretty good on Sunday, so she was down for a little bit.
She had her 4th of July outfit on.
She did have her. She bought her Fancy. My mother bought her 4th of July outfit at QVC.
Nice. It looked great.
Shocking. She did look good, didn't she?
Yes.
I want to thank our sponsors, of course, Fantuzzo's Acupuncture and Taylor Heating and Cooling. We also want to thank Express Sealers and Precision Lawn and Garden. They support us, so we hope you support our sponsors as well. And make sure you get out. And if you need a lawnmower, go up to Precision Lawn and Garden. Kimberly and Justin will be more than happy to help you. And if you need a little adjustment, if you need a little acupuncture, maybe you have migraines or whatever, Fantuzzo's Acupuncture can help you feel lots better. Now that is a holistic approach that we can get behind.
Right.
Right?
I'd like to thank Taylor because it's 66 degrees in here.
Oh, you're looking at
and I think I got a case of the sniffles because of it. I'm freezing.
Are you freezing?
Oh yeah, I'm freezing.
I swear to God, if you had COVID.
I had to go outside to warm up.
See, I find that too. I have the air conditioner set at 72.
Okay.
But it's been running great since we had that little hiccup last week, and Taylor had to come out at like 7:00 at night and get our air conditioning fixed. It was bad. All right. The Great Resignation is the name of the show today. And let me just tell you why. It's because everyone is saying, I quit. Basically,
the hell with it.
Everyone is saying, I quit. A bunch of your coworkers, if they haven't already quit, are going to probably quit within the next, few months, right? And they're calling it the Great Resignation. 4 million people, or 2.7% of the U.S. workers, quit their job in April. That is a record. That is a record. 41% of workers globally are considering leaving their current employers. You know why? Because they don't want to put up with the bullshit. They want to kind of be pampered. They only want to work 4-day weeks.
Sure.
They
want my hours.
They got a taste of really during COVID of not going into work and being able to stay home and work, and they like it. Some people really like it. I have been not really unemployed because I'm employed now, but since last year, I haven't had a regular, steady, I've got to go in and go to work. And most people like that, not having to have.
Yeah, you make up your own schedule.
And as long as you get your work done, you don't have to worry about it.
So now
right?
we have figured out that that's a big myth, right? I mean, for years, they always talked in France that, if you let people on their own, they'll be more productive because they're happier.
Yeah.
So now we know that that's not true, right? If you work from home, you are not more productive.
I don't
It's something
know
about going to the office and sitting there and doing nothing else but work.
Obviously, all those people who have quit their jobs, and in April, I think is, and Perfect Timing Productions is saying it the best. I mean, that is that really decimated this supply line, right?
Sure.
I noticed. So I'm out looking for an umbrella for our deck because one of our umbrellas.
Oh, I thought you were looking for the mayor's umbrella.
I wasn't looking for that. I was looking for a pretty giant,
a big umbrella,
9-footer, right, for the deck.
Right, Christmas tree size.
I don't know how many places I went. Home Depot, Lowe's, the home store. I went to all these places, Big Lots. I do love me some Big Lots. All looking for a giant umbrella.
Did you try Amazon? It'd be there in 2 days.
I found. Well, I needed it, but it wasn't. I couldn't order it because it wouldn't get there in time. I needed it for the party Sunday, and there's no way. So finally, I went out to the other home store in Henrietta, and they had a bunch. But I mean, Home Depot. I went to Home Depot here in Irondequoit. I went to Lowe's. I went to Lowe's in Greece. I went to Home Depot in Greece. I went to Target.
Yeah, they sell out in the spring on all those things.
You should see these shelves. There is nothing on the shelves in some of these places, like for Home Depot and Target. I mean, it looked like they'd been ransacked because the supply lines have just been decimated because of worker shortages, because of people not going into work. And now people are either retiring because they've hit an age where they can retire and they're going to sell their house and just going to make it work, right? But workers, if they didn't like their job before the pandemic, they're certainly not going to stick to it now. So you have all these companies that are paying bonuses, like the fast food industry can't find people to work. So some of these like Jersey Mike subs, I don't think we have Jersey Mikes in this area, right? But I saw this morning, they're offering $5,000 bonuses for regular shift workers at Jersey Mike's. I'll take a $5,000.
You probably got to work there for a year before you get it.
Yeah, but you're going to get it. It's $5,000 that you wouldn't get beforehand.
Right.
I mean,
it's like your cell phone credit on your trade-in. You get it $3 a month for the rest of your life.
I know. I hate that. But yeah, people have reevaluated their career path. They look at it like, I don't have to, I can go somewhere else. I can work remotely. I can, do all the things I've wanted to do, and I don't have to go in to a regular job.
People want to just be just Tom now.
So now you have all these workers that have the upper hand. The power is kind of switched, right?
Okay.
A little bit.
The power's in the hands of the workers.
I like that.
Yeah.
Carol says, I feel I'm more productive working from home. Our company is now offering a hybrid week. See?
That's a bunch of crap,
What do you
Carol.
mean? What?
Because the dog's got to go to the vet. You got to run out to the store. You're running errands during the day.
Not always.
Sure.
Not always.
We'll go with that.
I will tell you, one of my friends does a lot of baking during the day. I'm not going to say which friend that is.
I think we all know which one that is.
But they're still on remote. They're still on remote schedule.
Sure. Okay. We'll go with that, ladies.
So speaking of workers, I've never worked retail. Well,
I have.
I take that back. I did when I was in high school. I worked at a clothes shop at the mall. It was called Cricket Alley. I actually spent more of my paycheck than I actually saved because I'm a high school girl.
20% discount you got?
Right, exactly.
Right.
I don't really know how it works when you're working retail. If you see someone stealing, shoplifting, what do? Do you let them go now? Is it not worth, calling?
Oh, absolutely. You let them go now. I can tell you what we used to do. I worked at Sibley's back in the 80s.
You did?
And I was the stock guy, one of the stock guys, and part of our job was security. We were backup security, and we would chase the guys down and tackle them.
Okay, today's a different day.
Oh, you couldn't do that today.
It's 2021. You cannot chase shoplifters down and tackle them.
That's what we used to do.
You can't even approach them and tell them to stop and take whatever it is out of their purse or out of their book bag or whatever it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in San Francisco, and I think we have a picture of this, in San Francisco, we talked about this 2 weeks ago, 12 CVS stores have locked up their stores and they're out. They have just skedaddled out of the 12 CVS stores said, we cannot operate here because of the amount of theft and shoplifting, and the company can't do a thing about it because the law isn't with them, right?
Right.
The law is with the criminals. So they can't do anything. It costs them more in the end to fight the shoplifters than it does anything. So CVS said, probably to the detriment of people that live in those areas that have to get their prescriptions, 12 CVS stores are gone.
It's the same thing that's going to happen here when Walmart closes on Hudson Avenue.
Target stores in San Francisco are now shutting down due to theft and shoplifting concerns. 5 Target locations in the San Francisco downtown area are now closing their doors.
Mm-hmm.
The other stores that remain in that San Francisco downtown area, they're closing at 6. So from now on, they won't be open. The stores that remain are going to be closed at 6. You're like, 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Some people don't get out of work till 6 or 5:30. And now they've got nowhere to shop because businesses' hands are tied when it comes to criminals. So this is a Neiman Marcus. Have you ever been to Neiman Marcus?
I've heard of it. I have never been there, and I have a feeling I know what video you're going to show.
I'm going to show this video.
I did see that this morning.
This is a Neiman Marcus in San Francisco, and what happened is there are looters just running into the store willy-nilly and taking whatever they can get. This is not a protest.
Yeah.
This is not where there's some kind of a rally or whatever is going on downtown. It's just the shoplifters and the criminals are out of control.
That happened all the time back in the 80s at Sibley's too.
And
that's been going on for years.
Like this?
Yeah.
Let's show the video.
I could tell you a couple stories.
There goes your
There
first
she
guy.
goes.
Is that a she?
That was a she. And now there's a bunch of guys coming.
I don't know what pronoun they identify with. Look at that.
Nice.
What in the name of everything that is lawful in this country is going on with that? Look, they're waiting in getaway cars.
Good luck getting all those ink-filled things off of those
Play
purses.
that again. Play that again, Austin. I am shocked by this. It's the first one. They're out first. They get their done work early. Get done, get out. Boom, boom, boom. Person. Nice.
They all have security tags on them.
They have tools for that.
with the ink in there.
Yeah, they
do you
have
know
to.
do you know how much when I worked at Sibley's, I used to have ink all over my hands trying to get those damn things off.
They've got getaway cars, and again, it's 2021.
Mm-hmm. It's not 1988.
Yeah, it's not 1988 anymore. Just Tom, try to keep up with me.
Actually, that would be 1985.
Yes, look at those fine, upstanding citizens' Christmas shopping. I know, doesn't it warm? The very cockles of your heart.
No, we used to have
and I'm
that
sure
all
they'll
the time.
take those gifts home for their children, right? Who are probably sitting at home starving because, mommy is out, with her crack-addled friends robbing Neiman Marcus and Target and CVS and wherever they can rob. And here's the problem. Democratic lawmakers in California think that people should be able to do that. Why crack down on people who just need that's the mindset.
Politicians do not realize that businesses are in the business to make money.
Right.
Politicians think that they're in the business to, serve the community.
I mean, it was one of our lawmakers here just last week that said we shouldn't be cracking down on shoplifters.
Right.
They're probably hardworking people that are just, they're down on hard times, and we should not prosecute. And then maybe it's curbside pickup.
Right.
Yeah, Christine, I'm sure it's curbside pickup. That's where those people, you got to play that again, because I am blown away by that. I am blown away.
I think there's an officer standing in the street there.
They can't do anything.
And he's like shaking his hands or something.
Can't do anything.
They can do anything. Look.
I know, right? Yeah, don't
right there.
don't-
It's just a regular guy with a camera. They look like an officer.
Yeah, it's just a regular guy that was like, maybe it is an officer. It is an officer.
That was a police officer right there.
So,
Was just like shaking his finger at the people as they're running away.
That's what the police officers can do.
All right, let me tell you two quick stories about Sibley's.
Okay.
People used to run in the side door. Not the front door. They would run in the side door, and they would just grab a handful of clothes off the rack and run out.
And
just
that's why Midtown isn't there anymore. That's why Wegmans, when they have their store downtown, people get so angry. Why don't they have stores? Because of that. Because stores can't make a profit when half of their inventory walks out the door on its own, 2 feet.
So when you're in a store and you see the first few racks, a lot of the times they'll have the hangers crisscrossed so that you can't pull up all the clothes at once and run. They'll flip the hangers back and forth so that you can't just grab them all at once.
Oh,
the racks at the front of the door.
I've never noticed
You've
anything
never noticed
like that.
There's one story.
No, you know why? Because I'm not a freaking criminal.
Right.
And I don't think about that. Oh, they've got that done that way so no one can steal it. You know what? Because I have always, generally, except for when I was little and I stole eyeshadow and my mom found out about it. And man, did I get an ass beaten. But anyway, had to take it back.
One time we had upstairs, we had a furniture department, and this guy was carrying out a TV. They had a display of TVs, and I mean, it was a 13-inch black and white TV probably back then, and he was carrying it out the store. Right,
I have just black and white.
He
TV.
just picked the box up and just started walking out with it.
Nobody listening right now. Austin doesn't know what a black and white TV is.
Sure, he does.
Yeah, I know. I can't even fill it in from context.
So anyway,
I know, right?
He's walking out the door. Doesn't the manager of the store opens the door for him? As the guy's walking out the store, he meets the guy at his car, opens up his car, and puts the TV in the car for the guy. And the security finds
Sibley
out.
sold TVs?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they did.
We had a furniture. This was the Irondequoit one. Now it's Wegmans.
Oh, okay.
But the security officer's running out the door trying to get the store manager's attention that guy just stole the TV as he's waving to the guy as he's driving away with a brand new TV set.
Wow.
He helped him
So
put it in his
helpful.
car. Right.
The criminal was like, it's so helpful.
People at Sibley's were very nice.
Right now, yeah.
Sibley's was the best.
But the stores, and then you wonder why in the area, and people complain, local legislators complain that the stores are up and leaving, downtown. Well, there's a reason why. That because they can't, this is a capitalist country. I know that there are so many people trying to make it socialist. There are so many people trying, but it's still America, and we're still able to make a living and try to get rich the best way we can, right? And
That's the whole point.
if you can, that's the whole point,
Right.
is to make your family better than the generation before. And if you come up with a great idea and try to make money off of it or have a store, the idea is to make a profit and have a better life.
The We the People Podcast Network.
The idea is not to make the criminals rich by letting them come in and steal and rob you blind, right?
No.
And their hands are tied. And so they're shutting down their stores in these big cities, mostly Democratic-led cities, that believe that you shouldn't prosecute shoplifters because it's a victimless crime. I don't think stores going bankrupt because they're getting, robbed blind is a victimless.
Sure.
Right? We all pay for it in the end. But some of these, the Mary Lupians and the Rachel Barnharts of the world, don't understand this very simple economic concept. Right?
Sure.
They just don't get it. They don't get it at all. Do you have a Just Tom take today?
I do.
Yeah?
You're not going to be happy.
Why?
So I don't know where my glasses are. Oh, no.
Wait.
I got
Someone
some.
left their readers in here. Who
Yeah.
left their readers?
You want me to wear those instead?
No, I didn't.
Those
Here,
are
let me see them.
Chads.
Let me see them.
They're purple and turquoise. They're Chads.
Yeah, let me see them.
Are you
No, they're
sure?
Samantha's. Here.
They're the ones he was wearing.
All right,
Oh,
I'll wear
okay.
these. There we go. They were good.
They're pretty.
Okay. Remember I said a month ago and you got really pissed at me and threatened to cancel the show forever
What?
when I started to talk about, why are we pulling people over for traffic stops? This is becoming a thing now.
Okay. Wow. Are we going back to then?
Okay. Berkeley, California.
Oh, wait. Joy says that's great. Then the thieves will go to the burbs.
Right.
We're locked and loaded in the burbs. That's all I'm saying.
I was reading a Washington Post and a New York Times opinion article, as well as Berkeley, California has approved reforms for minor offenses.
Okay. I'm not listening to anything out of Berkeley, California.
Prioritizing traffic stops.
Okay. I'm already bored. All right.
Come on.
No, we're not.
Virginia is
You know what?
Virginia is limiting the number of reasons that you can pull somebody over.
Yeah, that's fantastic. We just sit here and talked about how there are people that believe that you shouldn't prosecute shoplifters. That's the same freaking thing, Tom.
This
the
is
same thing.
This is the Democrats' way of police defunding the police.
Yeah, but
They
you're for
want-
not pulling people over for silly things, though, right?
Well, in some sense, yes. But there's 20 million traffic stops in the U.S. every year.
Yeah, for
20 million.
probably people that deserve to be pulled over.
Yeah, Tom, have you been on the roads? People drive terribly.
It's awful.
There's
They
this
do.
new trend to reimagine the role of traffic stops.
I
They
hate that.
want
And
to
reimagine.
use
Reimagine is that new trendy, buzzword that everyone we're reimagining.
Democrats want to use unarmed citizens to do traffic stops.
Okay, I
And
see
not
that
the
working
police.
very well. That's going to work fantastic.
And again,
I can see nothing going wrong with that.
and again, the Democrats, they want the money, right? They create all these policies. They create all these policies to get revenue, and then after they had the police enforce their stupid laws.
Yeah.
Now they don't want the police to enforce their stupid laws, but they don't want to give up the stupid laws because they need the cash.
Let me
So
tell
they
you.
want unarmed citizens to patrol the roads.
Yeah. How about no?
To collect revenue,
How about no? You
right?
couldn't. You
For their social programs.
couldn't pay me enough to do that job.
That's coming. It's coming.
Let me tell you a little something that happened over the weekend here in Rochester, where there was a hit and run. I think the guy.
I do like these glasses.
They do look pretty on you. You're so pretty. So there was a guy
So
that
pretty,
hit.
so
I don't know, he hit a
and
kid on a-
gay. How's that song go?
Yeah, that's it. He hit a kid on a bike, or he hit some. I don't know what happened, but then he ran into another car, and then the car ran into a pole. So the guy gets out. The guy that's the cause of the hit and run. The guy gets out of the car and starts to run away. The crowd surrounds him, and they beat him to a pulp. Right?
Mhm.
They beat him until he's unconscious. So that's one sideways thing I can see how that would go. That little idea.
This is a terrible idea.
Yeah, it's a terrible idea.
But
it's a very terrible.
This is where we're headed.
Here's what people will do: they will pull people over, they will yank people out of their cars, and they will beat them within an inch of their life.
Right.
Because if you give the vigilante thing is a real thing.
And now the news with just Tom. Got some other quick hitters. Security robots. Okay.
I have a robot for my pool. It's called the Dolphin. Can I just say, genius. Whoever came up with that idea, I wish it was me. All I need is one good idea. I just need one good idea to make me a couple of mil, and then I'll be set. But I digress. Go ahead.
So a company by the name of Nightscope has robots that you can purchase that will, they're like a 5-foot robot that will, if you have a shopping center or if you have a CVS store,
right?
Or
in this case, out of the workplace.
In this case, it's an apartment complex where that was the highest crime rate. I forget where it was.
Is it like
in Las Vegas?
Is it like a RoboCop?
Yeah, well, it's a little robot and it goes around and it records everything. It records videos and it records sound and it scans.
Again, more Big Brother.
License plates.
More Big Brother.
It moves at a human walking speed. And apparently they've not found anything that says that it actually helps to reduce crime. But
no, but it just, what it does? It captures law-abiding citizens and violates their freedoms.
Correct.
That's what it does. Let's just be honest. That's what it does.
So that's where we're going. We're going security robots that are AI computer done so that they can monitor, everybody's activity. That's where we're headed. Okay, one other quick thing.
Okay.
Because, I'm a guy, I love aliens. And
I know there's a UFO guy that we're going to have on within the next week.
Love aliens.
Yes, there's a UFO guy.
I want to meet an alien. That would be the greatest thing ever.
They're releasing all of the sealed documents this Friday, I think.
Yes.
All the UFOs.
That's what I'm getting to.
So there's a New York guy that's an expert on UFOs, and we're going to have him on along with this guy. Hopefully.
In December.
Anybody know major guests? Have him give me a call.
In December, part of Donald Trump passed the 2021 Intelligence Authorization Act, and it was really to open up public debate or to release all of this UFO stuff, right? That everybody thinks is there.
Right. Well, we know it's there.
There was 144 cases of, this is through the Director of National Intelligence and the Secretary of Defense. So they signed this legislation so that the public will be aware what these UFOs are. Well, out of 144, 143 are unexplained.
Okay.
That was their answer.
That's shocking.
Their answer was, we know nothing.
Did you know that of everywhere in New York State, the most unidentified aerial, what do they call them? The unidentified, they call them something. The UFOs.
They don't call them that anymore now.
They're unidentified aerial something or others.
They call them unusual aerial phenomena.
That's it. Unusual aerial
phenomena. They don't call them UFOs anymore.
And the most unusual aerial phenomenon sightings have occurred in Binghamton, New York.
Shocker.
I've only been through there. I don't know anything about it. I mean,
it's all that stuff in the cloud with IBM.
Okay.
Isn't that what the cloud is? Isn't the cloud the clouds? No, not so much.
A Nightscope robot put itself into a water fountain in a shopping mall several years ago.
Right. That's where we're headed. I'm telling you.
That's good. That's from Sean Michael. If you haven't yet, Mary Lupien cited Teen Vogue about policing on Twitter over the weekend. I don't know whether to laugh or cry. She is the epitome of ridiculousness. She really is. But
everybody's got an opinion.
She's got an opinion. At least she stands behind it. We don't have to agree with it. That's what makes this world go round, right?
Sure, right.
Differing of
I
opinions.
respect her. She has all the rights in the world to be able to say whatever she wants.
I wanted to get to Taekwon Rivera, but maybe we'll leave that for tomorrow.
Okay.
He's been arrested 5 times since he was released.
Really? I didn't know that.
From prison. And finally, I think they're able to keep him behind bars. So
Were they all minor traffic stops?
no, they certainly were not.
No?
I think he tried to strangle his girlfriend, but
She
but-
probably deserved it.
this is Taekwon Rivera. If you don't know who he is, when he was 14 years old, he shot an RPD officer in the head. And of course, Anthony DePonzio will never be the same.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
But
that was a horrific incident.
it's a horrible incident. The kid's 14 years old, spent some time in juvie prison, and then they send him to big boy prison, and he can't seem to stay out of trouble. I mean, he is a lost soul. I think you just lock him up and keep him there. I don't think he's obviously he's never going to rehabilitate. He's had chance after chance. He's never going to be a good person. Eventually he's going to kill someone. I mean,
No.
he tried to kill the girlfriend by strangling her.
You know what he's going to be? He's going to be the president of the parole board someday.
Right?
Right.
He's going to be on the police accountability board.
Sure he will
right?
be.
He'll either be on the parole board overseeing as a citizen,
Yeah.
or he's going to be on the police accountability board and they'll be giving the organization $5 million.
Yeah, he'll make $100,000 a year.
Right?
Right.
Because that's how crazy things are.
You fail up if you're a Democrat.
That's what I've been saying.
Yep.
That's what I've been saying. All right. That is going to do it for
Already?
Kimberly's Revolution for Tuesday, The Daily Show, The Great Resignation. Thanks to Rockbox Productions. Thanks to our sponsors, Fantuzzo's Acupuncture. And of course, thanks to Taylor Heating and Cooling and Express Sealers and Precision Lawn and Garden. We love them all. And we'll be back again tomorrow. So today at 3:30, the rally is downtown, right?
Yeah, Chad will be live on his podcast, Got Freedom.
Okay.
He'll be live on the network at 3:30, not
Okay.
4 o'clock.
Not 4 o'clock.
So make sure you get your reminders and click on that so you don't forget.
Okay.
And if you haven't already, please follow the We the People Podcast Network fan page and subscribe to the YouTube channel.
All right. We'll do it. As you always say.
God bless. Be kind to others.
Rejuvenate, restore, refresh, and heal. At Fantuzzo Acupuncture, we seek to help achieve effective health and wellness in an elegant spa-like atmosphere. Fantuzzo Acupuncture specializes in traditional acupuncture, cosmetic anti-aging acupuncture, acupressure, cupping, CBD topical creams, and more. Approach healthcare holistically. Visit FantuzzoAcupuncture.com to book online today. FantuzzoAcupuncture.com.
From attic to basement, we're here for you. It's quality service in all we do.